Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we take you to the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania. It's Friday, the 15th of November, 1974, and it's a Friday night. This is the first Friday night game we played against Shamokin. Since 1934, we've been playing Shamokin on Thanksgiving Day. And now the starting lineup for the visiting Shamokin Area High School. And the starting lineup for Shamokin: at left end, number 82, Mike Bonshock. At right end, number 84, Mickey Walter. At left tackle, number 76, Tom Brand. At right tackle, number 74, Greg Chicatano. At left guard, number 63, Dave Troxel. At right guard, number 50, Chip Morgan. At center, number 51, Tim Fanella. At quarterback, number 9, Dan Claiborne. Left halfback, 22, Rich Chicatano. Right halfback, 44, John Devereaux. And at fullback, number 26, Joe Spangenberg. And now you see below the starting lineup the rest of the 1974 roster of the Shamokin area Indians. The head coach, Tim Montgomery. Backfield coach, Joe Gubernat. Line coach, Dave Kopitsky. And other coaches, George Dorko and Harry Reed. And now the starting lineup for the Red Tornadoes of Mount Carmel Area High School. At left end, number 88, John Greco. Left tackle, 76, Henry Fedorovich. Left guard, 51, Bob McSurdy. At center, number 70, Frank Strike. At right guard, number 67, Ed Samborski. Right tackle, number 78, Wally Waiwatis. Right end, number 80, Fred Alba. Quarterback, number 7, Joe Diminek. Left halfback, 21, Joe Girolami. Right halfback, number 5, Danny Chikuski. And at fullback, number 24, Sam Skelding. And below the starting lineup now, you can see the Mount Carmel Area High School football squad of 1974. The head coach, Joseph Jazz Dimnick. Assistants, George Rona, Al Santos, Jim Sheehan, Len Guarna, John Rampolsky. Superintendent, Joseph B. Warner. High school principal, Stephen P. Zarlinski. AD is Kenneth Splitt. Team photographer, George McPhee. Physician, Dr. Joseph Greco. And trainer, Tony Mazzella. The stadium announcer tonight is Ben Heil, and this is his final appearance as a stadium announcer, as he started back on the 28th of October, 1949. So after 26 years now, Ben Heil will be retiring. Phil Gergen, who was the spotter since 1972, will now assume the duties of stadium announcer. Mount Carmel area's kickoff by Kwiatkowski is taken on the 15 by number 22, Rich Chicatano. He takes it out to the 27 as number 51, Bob McSurdy. Shamokin now with a 1st and 10 at their 27. Quarterback is number 7, Randy Rumberger. And Rumberger back to pass. On the first down, hits number 44, John Devereaux, all the way down for a 34-yard pickup. 1st and 10 at the Mount Carmel area 39. Devereaux is held to no gain as number 70, Frank Strike, makes a tackle. 2nd and 10 at the 39. Quarterback Rumberger hands off to Devereaux, who gets 9 yards to the 30 as number 88, John Greco, on the hit. That brings up a 3rd and 1 at the 30. Rumberger under center, hands off to number 22, Chicatano, and he gets the first down, but there is a 5-yard penalty. On 1st and 10 at the 24, number 22, Chicatano, gets 1 as number 87, Robert Burns, makes the tackle. On 2nd and 9 at the 23, number 22, Chicatano, picks up a yard. And now, Shamokin with a 3rd and 8 at the 22. Rumberger back to pass, and it's broken up by number 24, Sam Skelding. The Indians now are facing a 4th and 8 at the 22. Rumberger's pass. This one is batted down by number 78, Wally Waiwatas. Red Tornadoes now take over with the 1st and 10 on their own 22, and there's a pickup of 3 yards on the play. That brings up a 2nd and 7 at the 25. And a fumble on the play is recovered by the Indians at the Mount Carmel area 30. Shamokin now taking over with a 1st and 10 at the 30. Devereaux loses 2 as Waiwatas and McSurdy come in and get him in the backfield. On 2nd and 12 at the 32. Rumberger back to pass. And the pass is completed to Devereaux for 32 yards. And a TD, and the PAT is no good as Shamokin leads 6-0. Leading with 7:06 remaining in the first quarter. Shamokin 6, Mount Carmel area 0. And now the kickoff by the Shamokin Indians. Taken by Joe Girolami. And Joe Girolami finds a seam and is going up the left sideline. 69-yard kickoff return to the Shamokin 10. Danny Chikuski on the carry gets through the left side for a 10-yard touchdown. With 7:06 left in the first quarter. The attempt fails. And the score with 6:51 left in the first quarter, Mount Carmel area 6, Shamokin area 6. After an 18-yard kickoff return by the Shamokin Indians, it's now first down. Pitch to look like Devereaux. He's caught behind the line, and that brings up a 2nd and 13 at their own 32. Quarterback Rumberger back to pass, and he's hit by number 80, Fred Alba, and the pass falls incomplete. That brings up a 3rd and 13 at the 32. Rumberger again back to pass, and this time the pass is short and incomplete. Indians now with a 4th and 13 at the 32. Punt by number 82, Bonshock. Is grabbed by number 24, Sam Skelding at the 36. No return as 44, Devereaux makes a stop. Red Tornadoes 1st and 10 at their own 37. Number 21, Joe Girolami, gets 1 out to the 38. And now on 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line. Handoff goes to number 5, Danny Chikuski, and he advances out to the 43, a 5-yard pickup. Red Tornadoes now with a 3rd and 4 at the 43. Number 7, quarterback Dimnick calling his own number, gets the first down at the 50 with Chip Worgan making the stop. 1st and 10 at the 50, quarterback Dimnick on a keeper picks up 4 out to the Shamokin 46. On 2nd and 6 at the Shamokin 46, number 24, Sam Skelding, gets 2 yards to the 44. Red Tornadoes now with a 3rd and 4 at the 44. Quarterback number 7, Dimnick, on a keeper, goes around the left side and picks up 15 yards out to the 29. And that gives the Red Tornadoes a 1st and 10 at the 29. Dimnick again, this time going the right side, picks up 4 to the 25 as number 76, Tom Horan, makes the stop. On a 2nd and 6 at the 25, Danny Chikuski gets 3 yards down to the 22. Now on 3rd and 3 at the 22, Skelding gets the first down and 8 yards to the 14. Mount Carmel area with a 1st and 10 at the 14. And Dimnick on a roll to the left is caught in the backfield by number 23, Len Kufta. 4-yard loss. On 2nd and 14 at the 18, Skelding gets 2 down to the 16. And that proved to be the final play of the first quarter. The scoreboard shows Shamokin 6, Mount Carmel 6. And now in the second quarter, it's Mount Carmel with a 3rd and 12 at the 16. And a pass interference is ruled by the official at the Shamokin 11 by number 22, Chicatano. And Shamokin takes over, 1st and 10 at their own 11. Bobbled snap is recovered by quarterback number 7, Rumberger. On 2nd and 11 at the 10, there's a flag on the play as the Red Tornadoes refuse the penalty on the Indians. That brings up a 3rd and 10 at the 11. Number 44, Devereaux, gets a yard. And now the Indians have a 4th and 9 at the 12. And you see the offensive right guard lift up with a 5-yard penalty on Shamokin. Repeat 4th down at the 14, at the 7. And the punt goes out to the Shamokin 45. Red Tornadoes now with a 1st and 10 at the Shamokin 45. A fumble in the backfield is recovered by Dimnick at his own 43, a 12-yard loss. 2nd and 22 at their own 43. Chikuski gets 4 to the 47. Number 73, Dave Anderson on the tackle. And now on 3rd and 18 at their own 47. There's a penalty. It's declined as Chikuski gets to the Shamokin 46. That brings up a 4th and 2 at the Shamokin 46. Dimnick in punt formation. And signal bobbled but fair caught by Chicatano. 1st and 10 for the Indians at their own 21. Number 44, Devereaux on the carry loses 1. 2nd and 11 at their own 20. Rumberger pitches to Chicatano, and he's taken out of bounds by Chikuski at the 23 after a 3-yard pickup. That brings up a 3rd and 9 at the 23. And a pass is completed to number 84, Mickey Walter, and he gets the first down. Shamokin now has a 1st and 10 at their own 33. Devereaux trying the right side, loses a yard. On 2nd and 11 at the 32, quarterback Rumberger back to pass, and he completes it to number 82, Bonschak, at the 44-yard line, pick up at 12. 1st and 10 now for the Indians at the 44. And a penalty on the Red Tornadoes. Ball moved out to the 49. Repeat 1st down and 5 at the 49. Chicatano, the ball carrier, and he picks up 3 to the 48 of Mount Carmel. 2nd and 3 at Mount Carmel area's 48. Rumberger hands off to number 26, Joe Spangenberg, and he gets a yard. 3rd and 2 at the Mount Carmel area 47. Devereaux is caught in the backfield by number 37, Bruce Williams, for a loss of 5. That brings up a 4th and 7 at their own 48. Bonschak's punt. And the punt goes out of bounds at the Red Tornado 44. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes at their own 44. Dimnick on a keeper picks up 2. That brings up a 2nd and 8 from the 46. Girolami this time on a sweep to the left gets 3 yards. Red Tornadoes now with a 3rd and 5 at the 49. Girolami on a delayed reverse breaks loose, out jukes the defender, and goes 51 yards for a touchdown. Joe Girolami. Red Tornadoes will be attempting a 2-point conversion. Quarterback Dimnick's pass goes out of the end zone, incomplete. And the scoreboard now with 2:32 left in the first half. Mount Carmel area 12, Shamokin 6. Mount Carmel area's kickoff by Kwiatkowski goes to Devereaux at the 15, and he returns it out to the 29, but there's a clipping penalty against the Indians. Shamokin, therefore, with a 1st and 10 at their own 14. Rumberger hands off to Chicatano, who picks up a yard. 2nd and 9 at the 15. Quarterback Rumberger on a keeper gets 6 yards out to the 21. That brings up a 3rd and 3 at the 21. Spangenberg on a carry, loses one as Waiwatis and McSurdy come in to make the stop. 4th and 9 at the 20, Bonchak back in punt formation. And Bonchak's punt is taken by Dimnick at the 43, no return, number 23, Len Kufta on the tackle. 1st and 10 at their own 43. Girolami finds some running room and gets 11 yards to the Shamokin 46. Red Tornadoes now with a 1st and 10 at the Shamokin 46. Dimnick on a keeper, gets around the left end and breaks a few tackles down and taken out of bounds after an 18-yard gain by Chicatano. 1st and 10 at the 28. Dimnick now on the right side gets 2 to the 26. On 2nd and 8 at the 26, Dimnick back to pass. Oh, and the pass is dropped. On 3rd and 8 at the 26, Dimnick again back to pass. And this time he finds number 80, Fred Alba, but there's no gain as number 26, Spangenberg, comes up fast to make the tackle. 4th and 8 at the 26. Dimnick on a keeper, rolls around the left side and gets 7 yards before Worgan takes him out of bounds. Shamokin now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19. Spangenberg gets 2 as that is the final play of the first half. And the scoreboard shows at the end of the first half, Mount Carmel area 12, Shamokin 6. Shamokin's kickoff by Bonchak is picked up by number 21, Girolami at the 19, and he returns to the 25 as the kicker, Bonchak, number 82, makes a stop. 1st and 10 at their own 25. Girolami picks up 4 to the 50. Worgan making the tackle. 2nd and 6 at the 29. Chikuski gets 4. Again, Worgan makes the stop. On 3rd and 1 at the 34, Dimnick on a keeper, getting around the right side, gets 6 on a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40. Number 21, Girolami on the delayed reverse, around the right side, and he picks up 5 to the 45. 2nd and 5 at the 45. Dimnick on a keeper, getting outside, gets 7 yards and another 1st down for the Red Tornadoes. Now the Red Tornadoes with a 1st and 10 at the Shamokin 48. Girolami goes for 7 yards as number 53, Greg Bailey, makes the stop. 2nd and 3 at the 41. Skelding carries for 8 yards and a 1st down. Red Tornadoes with a 1st and 10 at the 33. Dimnick on a keeper goes 4 yards as Devereaux comes up to make the tackle. Second and 6 now at the 29. Girolami up the middle for 2 yards. Red Tornadoes now with a 3rd and 5 at the 28. And Dimnick trying the right side and gets 2 of the 3 yards, but that brings up a 4th down at the 26. Skelding trying the center is stopped short, and the ball turns over to Shamokin. 1st and 10 at their own 24. Chicatano gets the handoff and gets 2 yards. 2nd and 8 at the 26. Number 7, quarterback Rumberger drops back to pass, and he completes it to number 82, Bonchak, at the 36 for a 1st down. On 1st and 10 at the 36, a new quarterback in there, number 9, Joe Claybon. That was Dan Claybon, is sacked by number 83, Jeff Karpinski, for a 10-yard loss. 2nd and 20 at the 26. And there's a penalty against Shamokin. And that brings up a 2nd and 34 at the 12. As Chicatano breaks loose around the left side. And Chicatano picks up 24 yards to the 36 before he's taken out of bounds. 3rd and 9 at the 36. Quarterback Rumberger back to pass. And the pass falls short. 4th and 9 at the 36. Number 82, Bonchak, back in punt formation. And Bonchak's punt goes out of bounds at the Mount Carmel area 38. Red Tornadoes 1st and 10 at their own 38. Number 5, Danny Chikuski gets it out to the 49. Chicatano making the tackle after the 11-yard pickup. On 1st and 10 at their own 49, Skelding gets 4 up the middle. Red Tornadoes now with a 2nd and 5 at the Shamokin 47. Dimnick on a keeper, but the gain is brought back as there's a penalty against the Red Tornadoes. On 2nd and 18 from their own 41, Dimnick hands off to number 24, Sam Skelding, and Skelding breaking tackles and getting a great block from Girolami, gets to the 3-yard line. Number 50, Morgan, making the touchdown saving tackle. 1st and goal from the 3. Left halfback Skelding gets 2 down to the 1-yard line. Then on 2nd and goal at the 1, handoff to Skelding, who gets across the end zone line. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. Red Tornadoes will be attempting a 2-point conversion. And quarterback Dimnick rolling out, and looked like he hit the stripe, but the official says he's just short. Scoreboard with 1:24 left in the 3rd quarter, Mount Carmel area 18, Shamokin 6. Mount Carmel area's Kwiatkowski's kickoff, taken by number 26, Spangenberg, at the 26, and he returns it 14 yards to the 40 with McSurdy making the tackle. Shamokin with a 1st and 10 at their own 40. Quarterback Rumberger's pass is completed to number 84, Walter, for 70 yards out to the 47. On 2nd and 3 at their own 47, Devereaux up the middle gets nothing. And that is the final play of the 3rd quarter. At the end of the 3rd quarter, the scoreboard shows Mount Carmel area 18, Shamokin 6. Start the 4th quarter with 3rd and 3 at the 47. Shamokin Chicatano picks up the 1st down. 1st and 10 at the Mount Carmel area 49. Rumberger back to pass, and under pressure, Rumberger's pass is incomplete. That brings up a 2nd and 10 for Shamokin at the 49. Quarterback Rumberger is back again to pass, and he is sacked by number 87, Robert Burns, for a loss of 9 yards. 3rd and 19 at the 43. Rumberger again trying the air lanes. Pass is overthrown. That brings up a 4th and 19 at their own 43. Number 82, Mike Bonchock's punt is down by number 44, John Devereaux, at the Mount Carmel area 28. Red Tornadoes now, 1st and 10 at their own 28. Girolami on the carry. There's no gain as Jim Scandal makes the tackle. On 2nd and 10 at the 28, number 21, Girolami, this time racks up, races to the Shamokin 19. A 53-yard run by Girolami as number 84, Mickey Walder, makes the saving tackle. 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes at the Shamokin 19. Quarterback Dimnick's pass falls incomplete. On 2nd and 10 at the 19, Dimnick on a keeper picks up 3 yards. Then on 3rd and 7 at the 16, quarterback Dimnick, following a great block by Chikuski and Skelding, gets 16 yards and just into the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. 2-point conversion attempt, and the pass is batted down by number 44, Devereaux. Scoreboard now shows, with 8 minutes and 38 seconds left in the game, Mount Carmel area 24, Shamokin 6. Mount Carmel area's Kwiatkowski's kickoff is taken by number 50, Chip Worgan, at the 43 and returned to the 44. Shamokin with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. Quarterback number 7, Randy Rumberger's pass falls incomplete. Indians now have a 2nd and 10 at the 44. Quarterback Rumberger again back to pass. And his pass is picked off by number 37, Bruce Williams. And Williams is in the clear and goes 38 yards for a Red Tornado touchdown. A extra point attempt by number 44, Francis Kwiatkowski, is good. Scoreboard with 7:58 left in the ball game. Mount Carmel area 31, Shamokin area 6. Kwiatkowski kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, and the kickoff is taken at the 46 for no return. Indians with a 1st and 10 at their own 41. Claiborne back at quarterback. Chicatano is caught in the backfield by number 80, Fred Alba, and number 87, Robert Burns. 2nd and 12 at the 39. Quarterback Rumberger's pass is picked off by number 44, Francis Kwiatkowski, at the 27. Red Tornadoes with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Number 3, Bob Bullock in at quarterback. Hands off to Dimnick, and Dimnick picks up 8 to the 35 with Scott Bailey making the stop. 2nd and 2 at the 35. A mishandled snap is recovered by Shamokin's number 83, Jim Scandal, at the Mount Carmel area 32. The Red Tornadoes take over, 1st and 10 at their 32. And the handoff goes to Chicatano, and he loses 5. On 2nd and 15 now at the 37. Quarterback Rumberger's pass is complete to number 34, Brian Adam, at the 15. 1st and 10 at the 15. Chicatano gets 2 to the 13. On 2nd and 8 at the 13, quarterback Rumberger is sacked by Greco and Alba, but the official rules an incomplete pass. On 3rd and 8 at the 13, quarterback Rumberger's pass is completed to number 26, Joe Spangenberg. Number 37, Bruce Williams on the tackle with a 5-yard loss. 4th and 8 at the 18, quarterback Rumberger's pass falls incomplete. Mount Carmel area 1st and 10 at their own 17. Dimnick now will get the handoff, and he gets 8 yards out to the 25. That brings up a 2nd and 3 at the 25. Chikuski takes the handoff and picks up 3 to the 28. On 1st and 10 at the 28, Dimnick taking the handoff from Bullock, and Dimnick breaking loose on a great cutback, picks up 25 yards out to the Shamokin 47. 1st and 10 at the Shamokin 47. Skelding carries. And now on a 2nd and 3 at the 40, Dimnick picks up 2. 3rd and 1 at the 38. Dimnick again gets the carry and gets 3 yards and a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35. Quarterback number 3, Bob Bullock's pass is intercepted at the 17 and returned to the 40 by number 34, Brian Adams. There is a fumble, but that was the last play of the ball game. And you see the scoreboard as the time runs out. It's Mount Carmel area 31, Shamokin 6. And now we'll see the teams meeting after the game, the exchange of the coal bucket. And now you see the final score from the big game of 1974 at the Silver Bowl in Mount Carmel, Pennsylvania. It was the Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes 31, the Shamokin area Indians 6. For the Red Tornadoes, all-time win, as we thought at that time, number 467, but actually 471, and consecutive win number 8. This was the first Mount Carmel Shamokin game which was not played on Thanksgiving since its inception back in 1934. The following individuals have volunteered their time and expertise to preserve the great tradition of Mount Carmel football.